Greetings everyone, Ishanbad here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So, what you just saw there was the introduction. It's the introduction. Yes, it is the introduction. It's the introduction to a demo that I'm working on for a game that's being developed in SRPG Studio, which is it's software that allows you to create games in the vein of strategy RPGs akin to Fire Emblem. Basically, I'm making my own Fire Emblem game. Which, oh god, when I say it out loud, that sounds terrifying, doesn't it? It's something I've been wanting to do for years. I absolutely love playing games. I've always wanted to develop my own, because, we all have these lofty ideas. I used to write fan fiction, actually. And a lot of my writing was not brilliant. It was something I really should be working on more, but my writing wasn't brilliant, but I just loved what I was creating. And I thought, you know what? No, writing a book is not the medium that I need or I wanted. And I just thought, how am I going to do this? And, programs like RPG Maker exist, and I've been working with RPG Maker for the best part of maybe about 15 years. Maybe even longer now that I think about it. I've been working with it in some form or another for about 15 years, which is terrifying to admit. And admittedly, I tried creating something similar to this in RPG Maker, but it never used to stick. So when SRPG Studio came out about 5 years ago, and I've actually double dipped into this. I have it on Steam, and I also have the original Japanese version. I actually bought it about a week after it came. The Japanese version, the week after it came out, because I'm like, yes. And I'd studied enough Japanese to be able to work my way around the system, and visual prompts have really helped. And I was developing something with the Japanese version years and years ago, and it just stopped because that's what I'm like. Burnout sets in and all this other stuff. But I'm hoping that by doing this video, by showing off the intro to my demo, that I'll be able to turn around and say, hey, yeah, I'm working on this, and me making this sort of verbal contract with you, with you, the viewers, that will encourage me to sort of carry on and actually produce this, because I don't like going against my word. My word is what it is. I say I'm going to do a thing, and I will do my best to do it, because that's the kind of person I am. But it's weird just seeing all this like dialogue and stuff that I'd written myself. This is all stuff that I'd written. God, it makes me so self-conscious, because I hate this. I hate showing off my work. I hate proofreading. Oh, I should have. Hey, look, some slimes. I should have. Yeah, I hate proofreading. I hate showing people what I've done, because even though this is all really basic, I still have that sense of shame about it. It's so weird. It's probably because I'm super critical of anything that I've worked on, and that is always the biggest problem. It's just that super criticalness, and I do hate it. But again, hopefully, it's like with these the recordings that I've done since October of 2022. I thought, yeah, you know what? The more I do it, the more comfortable I'll get with it, and yeah, whilst I'm still not happy with my style. I'm not quite happy with my commentary when playing games. I still enjoy doing it, and the more I do it, the better. Practice makes perfect, and that's most definitely the case for all of this, really. I'm just hoping that one day I'll be able to create something I'm happy with, and I'm sure I will, because with a bit of effort, I can do this. Now, admittedly, this is the second time I'm recording this, because the first time I recorded it, my mic was actually muted, so I'm an idiot. Hey, got some herbs. I hate calling them herbs, but I just remember when I played Luminous, the way they said herbs was just hilarious. And there's a tab space there, because the way I've been writing the preparing all the dialogue and stuff, I've been writing it on a notepad document, and I've been indenting it myself just to kind of keep it nice and clear. I'm gonna have to stop doing that because clearing out all those tabs is the most frustrating thing ever. Now we just need to get ourselves ready for this slime. Actually, how much damage does he actually do to Colbin? 7, so actually we'll live. That's fine. The reason why is I was just sitting there thinking because I haven't quite balanced everything out properly. So hopefully, there's Blanche. She is magic, so she'll be able to take out this slime. But yeah, oh god, just I'm feeling awfully self-conscious right now. Oh, I love it. There was also a typo I noticed, and that really annoyed me. So I'm like, no typos. Okay, Tolkien. You need a bounce. No, don't attack. I said bounce. Bounce, Tolkien. But yeah, and so really, what I'm hoping to create something. I'm not planning to reinvent the wheel. This is the most important thing here. This is just a game that I want to create that I'm actually proud of. That I feel, yes, people would be happy spending a couple of quid to buy. I would love to do that, and it's just because I want to create something that will I want to create things that will outlive me. That's the bottom line here, and which is a really grim way to sort of think about it. So yeah, it's just creating my own game, creating my own media sort of things. If I release it, people might play it, they might not, but it will exist, and it will, live longer than me, I suppose, with any luck. I mean, the way the planet's going, no, nothing's going to live that long, but, that's sort of the dream here. The dream is just to create something that I'm happy with, that I can share with everyone. So, between each chapter, as the thing there, you have a base screen, there'll be talking events, you'll be able to manage people's inventories. Now, told me that Blanche are actually missing from that because of reasons. Whoops, I know why. But you've got a couple more characters: Andras, Eric, and Cassandra. And yeah, the dialogue will be here to just expand on the characters. Now, anything that happens in this demo will be transferred over to the main game. The idea is that you won't have to have played the demo to then understand things in the main game. I refuse to do any sort of weird multimedia projects like that, because that's not fun. Not in my opinion. I don't think that's fun. It's why I don't really like the whole Marvel MCU kind of thing. I just do you know what? I just want to watch a movie. Oh no, this movie's connected to these 4 other movies, and to understand everything to... Oh no, I accidentally skipped it because I accidentally hit the spacebar button. No! Oh, this is going so well, isn't it? But as I said, the plan is that this demo that I'm putting together, it will be ready around about Q2. We're talking June, May time. I'm hoping that's the back end of the schedule. I'm hoping to get it done a lot sooner, but it really depends on where I am with development, and just if I can dedicate my time to it at the moment, because I'm doing the recording, and I have a full-time job, I have a household that I need to look after, and all that sort of stuff. I have a life outside of what I do. Apparently I have a life. Sometimes I don't. sometimes I feel like, man, I could have more of a life, but nah, it's fine. I enjoy what I do, and on top of this that I'm working on, as I said, there's still the videos, the stuff that I'm uploading, which is another thing I want to talk about, just what was planned going forward. Now, what I will say is I do plan on doing monthly updates on the demo progress and the main game progress. So obviously for the first couple, it will just be where the demo is and how soon that will hopefully be available. And I might just, I'll probably pull it up on the screen, and I'll probably show off a couple of things about just how it all works, and this is the program I'm working with to make this all happen. And admittedly, at this moment, I'm only using built-in assets. My plan is that I'm gonna reach out to a couple of people who I know who'll be able to help me with art assets, particularly the music and the characters. I have some ideas of how I want the characters to look, but do you know what? I'm quite happy to just sort of go to an artist and sort of say, I'll give them some sort of briefing on how I want them to look, but I kind of want the artist to, inject something of their own into it to a certain extent. Though I'm gonna have people saying to me, no, this is what you want. I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know what I want sometimes. But as I said, that's all in the works. Really excited for that. What is upcoming now? I want to talk about. So obviously Monday, we did the first episode of Fuga Melodies of Steel, and oh my god, I am loving that. Admittedly, going forward with Fuga, because I've done 3 parts of it already. Because I tend to record in advance, just because I record whenever I'm playing, and then I decided I made up this weird schedule in my head. It makes sense to me, and I just I can't record in advance. So you'll notice that my hair will, particularly for the Fuga stuff, will be back out before it had a cut before the Fire Emblem stream. So yeah, and yeah. What I have to do with Fuga is I'll have to mute the music because I'm getting copyright claims on the music on the soundtrack, which sucks. But I'll probably get some royalty-free music just to slap on in the background, so it's not just going to be the sounds of explosions and people dying and me getting really sad. I almost cried during that first video. It was like, oh my god, no, I don't want to pick a child to send into the Soul Cannon. Don't make me do it. But other than that, there's the Hitman stuff, Hitman Freelance, which I'm just totally addicted to right now. God knows what I'm going to do with that. I might just like dump videos as and when I do them, just because I want to just keep playing it. It's like it's like a drug. It really is. It's so fun. Really enjoying it. There'll be more Doom. I plan on doing a lot of that because Doom is one of my favorite games. I do just enjoy the content. I love the community stuff. So I've got a couple of things. There's Zelda Doom coming up. There's an Aliens mod that Aliens is like one of those franchises that just terrifies me. So you actually get to see me scared. I mean, the horror games haven't particularly scared me up to this point, but anything Aliens related, my god, it terrifies me. So yeah, there's a Doom mod. Alien vs Predator, Alien Isolation. I'll get around to those 2 at some point, maybe not this year, but there'll be more Zelda in terms of the randomizers. There's a couple more Link to the Past ones I want to do, and as well I want to get into the Majora's Mask ones. I'm not going to touch Ocarina of Time as a randomizer just because it is a nightmare. I love Ocarina of Time as a game, but I don't like it as a randomizer. And I don't want to label it, I don't want to go too much into why, but it is what it is. Whew. The Learning Factory we're going to go back to in June. I know it's been updating a lot, and I'm terrified because I don't plan on restarting that map. So we're going to dive back into it, and it is going to be a mess, and there's going to be so much new stuff, and I'm going to be like, why did they design it this way? But that's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to more Learning Factory. As I said, that'd be around about June time. I figured that'd be... I want to give it several months for the updates to roll through and all that. In May, we're going to have Star Wars month. So I've got a handful of Star Wars games to play. Things like Republic Commando, Rogue Squadron. Oh my god, yeah, Rogue Squadron. I forgot about that. There was another one as well, which I can't quite remember off the top of my head. But there was Rogue Squadron, Republic Commando, and did I have it on my desktop? I don't think I did. Either way, there was another Star Wars game. Mysteries of the... No, not Mysteries of the Sith. Shadows of the Empire, that was the one. So yeah, I'm having a bit of an N64 kick at the moment, with that, as you can tell. But those coming up. There'll be some more planned content with Emmy. We've managed to get a virtual machine going, and she wants to go through some of the Carmen San Diego games. That'll be fun. I never really played the Carmen San Diego games. I know about them, but I never played them. So yeah, looking forward to that one. What else was there? Tomb Raider in March. There's a reason why I'm doing Tomb Raider in March, and I'll get to that in March. So I'll leave that with you. And anything else I can think of? Nothing off on the top of my head at the moment. I think I've got, there's gonna be some stuff that I plan to do with some friends. I'm hoping to get a couple of friends, and we'll do like some multiplayer games online. And things like with my little brother, because there's a couple of things we talked about. We might do EDF. I'll have to talk about EDF, because that's a Earth Defense Force is a fun time. And a couple of things. 100% orange juice. Just some things that we're gonna put together. I'll have to see. I don't want to make any promises, because everything that I said here are things I want to do. And this is what I mean. This is why I've put this video out with the gameplay of the demo, because it will encourage me to work on it, because I've now told you, and I've told everyone, I am working on this and I intend to have it done by date X. So it's hopefully that's the plan. That'll be it's a driving factor for me, because otherwise I will just park it like I do with everything else, and I don't want to do that. This is something that I've always wanted to do, and I will find excuses not to do the things that I want to do, whether this be from fear of it being not meeting my standards, me assuming nobody's gonna like it, it being a waste of my time. These things are none of the above, but it gets into your head. It really gets into your psyche, and you need to figure out your own methods. If you are trying to do your own thing, you need to come up with your own methods of breaking through that wall. I remember when I was at university, I'm not going to go into too many details. My final year was awful. It was all my fault. It was all my fault before we get into that. I was suffering from severe depression, and I'd broken away from my old friendship group, who they were my friends for the first 3 years. I did 4 years because one of my years was abroad, but the fourth year at uni, because of circumstances, had broken away from them, and I sat there and I'm like, I'm going to fail this year. And you know what? That's okay. I will fail this year, and I'll just come back next year, redo everything, totally refreshed. And actually, I remember I actually passed. I actually got through that year, because I turned around to myself and, you know what? Everyone's expecting you to fail. And I thought, no. They're expecting me to fail. So the best thing I can do is to graduate and rub it in their faces that I actually passed. I wish I hadn't done that, because that was awful. The graduation ceremony was the worst thing I'd ever done in my life. Just being surrounded by all the people who I didn't want to see anymore. And then we had the after party, and I just went back home and cried. It's just like, no, not dealing with this. Yeah, so I maybe at some point I'll talk more about that, but the bottom line is, if you're trying to work on something, you really just have to push through. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm coming up with methods to really push past my anxiety, through my fears, through all that sort of stuff. Because do you know what? The worst thing you can do is not to try. And this has gotten awfully deep, and this was only supposed to be an update on what I'm doing with my channel. Whoops. But no, I'm hoping that if you are working on something yourselves, that at least what I'm saying gives you some kind of motivation. It gives you are able to find your own driver, because that's the thing. It's very personal. Telling other people, do this because other people think you're going to fail, then they might just be like, well, if everyone else is thinking I'm going to fail, then I will fail. No, you need to come up with your own methods. And I know a little bit about how I work, and I know that this will certainly push me just that little bit more. But with that all said, I really look forward to just recording things over the next year. I'm really looking forward to hitting that 1 year milestone, and hopefully in the next couple of months we will have a working demo that people will be able to enjoy. Now, in the description below there will be a link to my Ko-fi page. From that page I'll be accepting donations, which those donations will be going towards elements for developing this game, and depending on what happens, maybe some other things I would love to work on, but right now everything is focused on this. So if you would like to support me in those endeavors, I would greatly appreciate you, under no obligation to do so, because I don't mind just sticking with the base assets. If that's all I have to work with, that's all I have to work with. It would be nice to make it my own with, other artists getting involved, but if that doesn't happen, that doesn't happen. What needs to happen is this needs to be released. And I'm not going to make the excuse of, no, I want X, Y, and Z. No, that's not going to happen. So that link will be in the description below, and I really look forward to just sharing gaming with you and any other stories that, I'm hoping I get better at telling the whole story whilst I'm gaming, but we'll see what happens. I've got a whole load of manga in the background that you can see, and I'd love to talk about it sometime, so maybe we'll get to like some sort of vloggy material. But again, I'm not promising anything, because the only thing I can promise at this moment in time is the stuff that I already know is going to happen, and I know this demo is going to happen. But anyway, if you've enjoyed, well, I appreciate if you've managed to watch this video through to the end. I really appreciate that. I really look forward to sharing everything I can with you, with gaming, with the project, and like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification, go to the comments. Let's chat it up in the comments. That can always be fun. Maybe I might be inviting myself to disaster there, but who cares? But with that all said and done, I think for now I'm gonna leave it here, because I think I rambled on way too long, way longer than I was hoping to. Particularly because this was just that, hey, this is what I'm doing in the future, and this is here's a thing, here's a shiny, here's a thing that I plan to polish until it's really shiny. No. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.